everybody. This your girl CC with Where It Begins magazine, and I got my co-host on the line. Hey, Mickey Monday, how are you today?
I'm doing good. C, how are you?
I'm doing good, and happy Tuesday.
Yeah, happy Tuesday to you too.
Thank you. We have a special guest on the line. I'm gonna let her introduce herself and where she's from and what she does.
Hey everybody, my name is Marian Johnson. I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia, and I'm an up-and-coming artist.
Awesome. Well, what made you want to be an artist?
Well, I mean, I come from a musical family, so I've been surrounded by music my whole life, been raised in the church. So I really found out that I could sing around the age of 12. So after that, I mean, it's just, I guess, all in the story, for now. So it's still going, basically.
Okay. But with this being a new year and just starting out, what are some of your goals for the year, for 2021?
My biggest goal is to really push my music. I'm starting to put together my first EP. So that has been really challenging. And it's almost like, I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know if I can say it just makes me feel kind of naked, like exposed, so it's really hard to kind of put my feelings into words. But I'm excited, so basically number one thing for this year is do not let fear get in my way at all.
Okay, I love it. Love it.
So who would you say are some of your musical influences?
Well, I love all the greats. Patti LaBelle, of course, she's my number one. Her, Tina Turner, Luther Vandross, Aretha, Sade, just, all the big names, the classic names. I really don't listen to too much music now, but I don't really know anybody by name. But there are a lot of good people now as well, but I just, kind of lean towards the classics.
Gotcha. Those are some good people too.
So just in your experience of being a singer, right? I know you said that you were singing in the church and things like that, but aside from that, have you had any other type of like musical training or just naturally self-taught, or how, how?
Well, I am, I guess, self-taught. I have had training in Georgia. I had a few vocal lessons just to kind of tweak some things here and there, but most of it is just, natural. So, yeah.
Okay, nice. Well, I was listening to the video last night with you being on the Tamron Show, and it was wow, I was blown away. I was sitting in bed like, wow, this is really nice. I was like, you know what, I need to just get rid of that there, because but it was like it was very moving. So that's why that was what prompted my question, because I wasn't sure if that was something that you were just naturally you were just born with the gift, or if you had that training, because
well, I mean,
the power of your voice. I'm sorry, I was just saying, just the power of your voice is what really kind of had me formulate that question. But what were you saying?
I understand. Well, it is from basically my family. My grandmother is a really powerful singer. My mother, my sisters. So, I mean, it's in our blood, so.
Okay.
Nice. Well, tell us about that experience actually being on that show.
On Tamron Hall?
Yes.
That came about really crazy. Basically, I have a few videos that have been going viral for some time now. And the producer had reached out to my brother. She was trying to get in contact with me. And I guess with messaging and stuff like that, I get a lot of like spam and stuff like that. So things get overlooked. But anyhow, she was trying to reach out to me. She ended up looking at my Facebook friends list, and she was just trying to find like people with common interests or mutual friendships. And she saw that my brother was listed as my brother. So she called him and told him that she was looking, you know, reaching out to me or whatever. The message that he sent me was completely backwards from, you know, saying the Tamron Hall Show. He said, "Good morning, America," and all this other stuff. So anyhow, it turned out to be the Tamron Hall Show. So I reached out to them, and I'm just blown away. I'm just honored to have been able to be a part of that, and just to be recognized now after all these years. You know, like I said, I've been out here for a minute. So it's been an awesome journey. Awesome.
Wow. And that's amazing. I mean, just picture you just singing and then it go viral and everybody reaching you like, woo, you have a voice on you. So that's the good thing about social media these days.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And I mean, I have auditioned for several shows. Whatever you name, I've auditioned for them. I just been told no. And I mean, it's all in God's timing. So I'm gonna just leave it at that and just keep pushing. So that's it.
But it's coming for you. I hope you're ready.
Yeah.
Listen, I am definitely ready.
So what has been one of your biggest accomplishments?
The biggest accomplishment thus far has been being on the Tamron Hall Show, honestly, because I do have, like I said, you had asked me earlier what my biggest resolution was for this year, and that's not to let fear get in my way. But just throughout the years, I always allowed fear to just knock me down or hold me back. So my biggest accomplishment was being on that show. You guys have no idea. I did not eat for like 4 days. I mean, I was shaking, trembling. You couldn't see it on camera, but I was definitely shaking. So just to overcome that fear, I'm telling you, I just felt like I was floating for the next 4 or 5 days. And I was just proud of myself, you know, completely proud of myself, because at the other previous auditions, I would get so overwhelmed and so nervous. You can obviously see that I'm nervous. So it just didn't work out, you know, even though I guess the vocals were there, you know, I was missing something. And I think they could see that fear. Honestly, I think they could see it, you know. So that was my biggest accomplishment thus far. So even being on y'all's show now, I'm literally shaking, but I am still excited at the same time. So, you know.
Well, you got it. So you had to look forward to it, because you're going to be on plenty shows. Your voice says it all. It's going to take you where you need to go.
Well, I definitely appreciate that, and I accept it.
Amen to it.
Yeah. I was going to say, sometimes it takes you having to hit a certain level of success for people to realize what they missed out on, or the opportunity that they missed out on. Because like, even when Anita Baker, you know, when she first started out, a lot of people told her that her voice wasn't good enough to be a lead, and she was going to be a background singer, and nobody was going to buy into her. And then look, now she's one of the highest selling, you know, artists, contemporary R&B. So, you know, that's just a testament to, you know, how you will soon, you know, just continue to, you know, go to this upward trajectory. So I'm definitely praying that you do get those opportunities that you missed out on, and hopefully they'll double back, and they might, you know, it might be tenfold, you know.
All right. I accept that.
Absolutely. So, you know, now that we're kind of getting into this a little more, you know, could you see yourself possibly, you know, putting together maybe like original music, or, you know, working on a project or an album, or, I mean, what do you think you would have in store for yourself for the future?
Well, one of the biggest challenges that I've had with putting myself out there has been because I'm a avid music lover. When I tell you I love music, from classical to opera to country to all across the board. So it's kind of hard when you're, you know, pitching yourself to, you know, these, music industry, people and everything. And they're just like, wait a minute, they want you to fit in this box. And I just like to tell them that, hey, I'm not that person. I like to do all types of music. So with my project that I'm working on now, I'm just so excited for everyone to see the versatility behind it. It's a lot of soul, blues, maybe some opera up in there, some country, some rock, of course, gospel. Everybody knows I love the Lord. So, I mean, it's just going to be well-rounded. I mean, I want my music to be able to play on every radio station. And that's my goal. That's my goal. And I really believe that I can achieve that. So.
That's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So in the same, like in that same bucket, if you had the opportunity to work with someone in the industry, just to kind of just go into the studio and, really work on something magical, who would you choose to work with and why?
Who would I choose to work with? I don't want to mess up nobody's name, but he's a new artist. Again, I told you I don't really listen to too many people now, but I know his name is Toby and his wife name is Fats or something like that. They are phenomenal. And I'm so sorry if they listen to this that I'm not getting y'all name right, but they are awesome and I should know more about them. But it's just I get caught up in their music instead of, actually their names. But him, some other people, of course, Fantasia. I love Fantasia. I would love to do something with something classic with Tina Turner. Patti LaBelle. I always wanted to work with what's his name? Biggest music producer, Clive Davis. Always. I mean, he has produced some of the greats, and I like to see myself in there too, So I'm hoping that, I just get those opportunities one day. But for real, I think that I can do it myself. I actually was told that at American Idol by the producing staff that, hey, you don't need us. You can do it by yourself, which that was a letdown at the time. But, after the fact, I realized they didn't tell me that I wasn't good enough. They just told me that I could do it by myself. So, yeah, it took me some time to, understand that. But still, I didn't want to hear that. But.
And you did it yourself.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
And you did it yourself.
I think they realized that you really didn't need to be there because a lot of people that go into the show, part of the reason why they go on the show is to receive training to better themselves as vocal artists, and not just vocal artists with stage presence. So I feel like, you might have that already, especially with vocals. I mean, you got the vocals down packed. So they probably just like, look, you don't necessarily need to be. That's above your pay grade.
And that's the thing. Like, I beg to differ. I know we're our own, worst critics. But because I haven't had that, that formal training, I feel like there's so much more behind my voice, this instrument that I haven't even tapped into yet. Sometimes I really shock myself. I'll give myself chills, which is kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? But it takes a lot to get to that point. But yeah, I just feel like I can do so much more. And that's why I would love to, I'm building this team around me right now, just this energetic and just, I don't know, we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. So y'all stay tuned.
We're definitely going to stay tuned because you earned a fan over here. You got a new fan. So
Thank you. Thank y'all so much.
Quick question I wanted to ask. If you was at the arena and you had to sing and you pick any song you want to sing, what song would you pick to sing in front of everybody?
It would probably be Somewhere Over the Rainbow, or a country song by Carrie Underwood, Look at Me. So one of those.
Okay. Gotcha. So what has been one of your biggest challenges so far?
I would say finances. it's just been really, really tough, I'm basically, you will hear it all the time, struggling artists. I would hear it, you would read about it. Now I'm really in that, you know what I'm saying? But it's just amazing that, with my prayers, that God is still surrounding me with the people that I need to be around with. So it's like, I shouldn't even worry about the finances because it's all coming together. You know what I'm saying? So every time I worry about something small, I'm telling you, he just works it out for me. So I don't have no complaints really, but that would be one of my concerns, because if it was up to me, I would just go ahead and get this project out tomorrow. But because I have things in order, steps to take, I have to, work smart, so, and that's what I'm doing because I'm independent, so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So overall, who would you say is your biggest supporter or supporters?
My family, my children. I don't know, just to see the smiles on my kids' faces. This is something that I've been working for a long time, just to show them that, hey, you can make your dreams come true. All you got to do is put in that work. You got to, feed your talents. You got to work at it. You know what I'm saying? And just be good to people and everything. So just to see them smile at me, and I mean, they'll repost some of the stuff that I'll post. It just makes me feel good. I'm not this old mom that other, that their friends, parents see them as. So.
I mean, I didn't get that impression of you, so I hope they don't get that impression of you either.
Oh well,
you seem to be right on it, right on top of it.
They always tell me I'm old. I'm old and I'm old fashioned.
You just old spirited. That's okay. It's a difference.
Is that right?
So, excuse me. So I was looking at your Instagram and I saw you had done like a photo shoot. You were wearing like a Nike like workout ensemble, right? So is that something that you would, I don't want to say like completely pursue, but usually when you're a music artist, let's just say when you get to a certain level of music stardom, right? You start doing endorsements and things like that, or is that something that you could see yourself doing in the future? Would you be open to it?
Sure. I love to take pictures. The only thing about that is I have to be in front of the camera. I'd rather be behind.
Okay.
Yeah, it is definitely something that I could see myself doing. And people have told me or asked me to, model certain things or this and that. I am not a model by any way, means, shape, or form. I love to eat. So that is not something that that's not my number one, but I would do it. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's good though, because at the end of the day, even if you don't feel like you're not a model, just to be, just to be a representation to someone who doesn't necessarily, have the same Eurocentric features that a lot of, these companies try to push and advertise. I think that would be excellent, especially, with your voice as well, just having the platform to be able to speak your mind and, be able to reach a population of people. I think that's amazing. So
yeah,
I actually set that up for you so you could say this on here, so that way you could open the door, so when the opportunities come, people can see this and be like, oh, okay, let's get her on this.
I'm down for it. I am. That was a friend of mine. He actually is Delonte Taylor. He's a photographer in Atlanta. And we went to high school together. So he came here to Virginia Beach and had asked me to, it was basically right around that whole thing. Something happened with Nike. Something happened, can't really remember whatever. But yeah, but it was right around that time he had asked me to, model a couple of my Nike outfits or whatever. So I did it. I didn't think it would, get as much feedback as it did, but it did. It was a really, really nice photo shoot, and he is so talented as well. So
okay.
I'm gonna have to check him out. You say he here in the A, right?
Yes, he's in
Okay.
Atlanta. Delonte Taylor.
Okay. Okay. Definitely. So where do you see yourself in the next 3 years?
The next 3 years, I see myself touring. I'm telling you, I'm planning on going to the four corners of the earth. Okay. I that's all I can tell y'all. I am so ready. I've been waiting. I have had this in me since I was a kid. So it's like now the time is here. I have no, listen, nothing will hold me back. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen. And I'm going to do it the right way and do it my way, not the way, everyone else was trying to make me do it in the past, do it their way or dress a certain way and talk a certain way. This is my project and I am introducing Miss Marian to the world, so I'm excited.
Okay. That's what I like to hear. I love it. I love it. Definitely.
Yeah.
So
Mickey
my
Monday, you have
question
any
to
other questions?
yeah, just one more. I have one more question.
Okay.
So I know we've talked about like a lot of the greats, and you named throwing off a couple of names and things like that. But what I really want to know is what was the first album that you came into contact with that made you fall in love with music?
The
She
first
had to grab her.
because that is a tough thing. That is really tough because I never really listened to music growing up. Again, we were a musical family and the music came from my mom playing her, the Clock Sisters, my dad playing Lou Rawls and his old old gospel, and things like that. So that's where the music really came to me. But the first album that I actually ever purchased, believe it or not, was the City of Angels soundtrack. And do you know, I never even saw the movie.
Really?
Yeah, I know it was just weird, but it's a lot of like Eric Clapton is up there. He has Tears from Heaven, about I believe it was his son that passed and things like that. That song was really touching to me because my dad had just passed as well. So that was the first album. It was City of Angels soundtrack. And then it also was Blueprint 1. So
Okay.
those were
I
my
have to
first.
look at City of Angels. That's a little before my time, so I'm gonna have to look that one up to see
Wait a minute.
what
How
the
old are
hype
you?
was. I mean, I'm 29, but
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah,
you're not too much, before me.
right. But when you said City of Angels, I'm like, dang, I never heard of that one before. I'm gonna have to look that
Yeah,
up.
it's I forget who was in it, but I know Keith Urban. He is
Okay.
A country singer. He had some songs up there. That's when I was introduced to him, Eric Clapton, Alanis Morissette. So it was more like a alternative rock album with some blues in there too. But yeah, that was my first album.
Okay.
Okay.
No, something new.
Yeah, I got it pulled up already. So the moment when we, I'm gonna have to listen to this. So
Yeah, start with Eric Clapton, Tears of Heaven.
okay.
That's a good song.
Okay, for sure.
Definitely. But besides music, what's one fun fact about yourself?
Fun fact, I am a former athlete. I do coach 11 and 12-year-old girls basketball. So yeah, previous athlete, basketball, field hockey, soccer, volleyball, and track. So yeah, I did it all.
Okay. All
Wow.
right. Awesome. Well, we got 2 trivia questions for you that we want to ask.
Okay.
So mine is, if magic was real, what spell would you try to learn first?
I would say, I don't know, maybe a love spell, not to make somebody like fall in love with you, but just some people just got some real nasty spirits, and I just want to tap them with a love, with the love stick, something like that, just to change their negativity into positivity. So, yeah, that's the first thing I would do.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
Wow. So my question is, what's the funniest thing that's happened on your family vacation or just on your vacation period? Like either the funniest thing or like something that was just so outrageous you couldn't make it up.
Let me see. Wow, I got a lot of those. Well, I don't know if I can tell some. But I would say, okay, one time this is not on a vacation or anything, but our washer had, I think it was our dryer that had was broken or something. We were little. We weren't too little. I was probably like 13 or something like that. And we had to go to the laundromat. So they had these really old, worn wooden benches. And I had on my basketball uniform just coming from practice. So I basically just scoot sideways on the bench and ended up with a huge splinter on my rear. So I was screaming in the middle of the laundromat, and I mean, with this piece of wood hanging out my pants. But anyway, that was an event that day.
Wow.
Oh wow! I know that hurt. Woo!
It did, but I know now you don't scoot on wooden benches like that.
Yeah, no.
But,
oh my goodness.
Can you give us some encouraging words?
Sure. Well, I just want everybody to know that, like, I am a living testimony. Like, when it comes to depression and anxiety, I deal with these things each and every day. I'm dealing with it right now as we speak, but I'm still putting my foot forward, pushing that fear back behind me and keeping it going. So I expect and want everybody else to do the same thing and just try to, channel that positive energy, that positive spirit, and whatever you need to do or to hold on to help you keep moving, that's what you need to do. And don't let nobody hold you back. Whatever you feel in your heart, your spirit, I'm telling you, it is for you. That is the Lord, that is your ancestors, the atmosphere working on your behalf, and they're just waiting for you. So y'all keep pushing. Just keep pushing. Whatever you want, you can have it. And God wants you to have it too.
Awesome. But before we get off, can you tell everybody where they can follow you?
Yes, y'all can follow me on Instagram at Miss Marians. That's MSMARIANS_MELODYS. I'm also on Facebook as Marian's Melodies. You can catch me on YouTube, Marian Johnson, and also I'm on TikTok as well, Marian's Melodies.
Okay, awesome. Well, I want to say congrats on your journey. Thanks for interviewing with us. And like I said before, you have a fan here. I love your voice. I love your spirit and how positive you are. So keep it up.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for having me. God bless y'all.
Definitely.
Yes, thank you, Mariam, so much for being on the show. Just like Cece said, your energy is amazing. It's wonderful. And, I want to see more from you. So the moment you do get that project up and running, like definitely hit us up and, we can just pick up where we left off.
Definitely. Thank y'all so much for y'all love and y'all support. Anytime y'all have me back, I'll be back.
Okay.
All right.
Happy Tuesday. Be blessed. Be safe.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, take care.